Are you making a move to Dallas, Texas in your near future? Well, if so, you're likely scouring the internet for the best places in all of Dallas to call home. If that research leaves you a little undecided on what those top places are, then stay tuned. Today, we're going to pull up the map and we're going to show you what it's really like to live in those places and show you, in our opinion, what the top 3 places to live in Dallas, Texas are. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Missy with the Live in Dallas, Texas team. If this is your first time in the channel, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified every time there's a new video added to the channel. Honestly, we get people like yourself that are researching and relocating to Dallas, and we love it. We love to be the resource and your boots on the ground here in Dallas, Texas with that information. Make sure that you reach out via text, call, or email so that we can answer your questions days, nights, and weekends. We look forward to helping you with your relocation to Dallas, Texas. Today, we are revealing our top 3 best places to live just north of Dallas, Texas. So how did we come up with the list? Who made the cut and why? So the first thing that we're gonna look at, there are actually 5 components that made up our review system when we came up with our top 3. So the first one is gonna be location. The second one, the schools. The third, nearby conveniences. The fourth is gonna be what that typical home in that city looks like. And number 5, the 18-month appreciation trends. We're gonna uncover and talk about all 5 of those key components in each one of these 3 top places to live. And we're gonna start with the map. We start our top 3 best places to live with the city of FRISCO. So let's take a look at the map. That's component number 1 when we decided what our top cities were going to be today. And I'm going to start by sharing where Dallas is and where FRISCO is in relation to Dallas. So here's Dallas right here in the center of your screen. And if I scroll in just a little bit so you can see a little bit better, you will see this yellow line here, which represents the Dallas North Tollway. It goes north and south. And if we go just north and I scroll in a little bit, just past 121, you will see FRISCO. So very convenient to Dallas, roughly 25 miles just north. But we have found that not a lot of people work in downtown Dallas any longer. What we have done in the city of FRISCO is lured major headquarters and businesses to this corridor, which is the Dallas North Tollway at the intersection of 121. The businesses that now call this area home are going to include Toyota, Liberty Mutual, Entity Data, and a whole slew of other companies that wanted to be in that same general area as those aforementioned companies. So now you can see FRISCO is right in the heart of what I call now the new downtown. So here we are at 121 or Sam Rayburn Tollway, Dallas North Tollway, and here we are with right in the meat of FRISCO. So location is going to get an A+ because of that proximity to major thoroughfares, downtown Dallas, new downtown, big FRISCO, as well as points going north. I'm going to scroll in just a little bit so you can see some of the highlights of this city that we'll pull up on the map. All right, so I've scrolled in here a little bit and I just want to point out a few things as we look at that map. By the way, I used to live in FRISCO, so you can ask me anything about the city. I can answer that for you. I'm definitely familiar with just about every square inch of this town of FRISCO, and it really deserves a spot on that top 3. So we've got the major mall here, which is Stonebriar Mall, which is a delight to go and eat, shop, entertainment, everything is right there for you. We also have something unique to our area called the National Video Game Museum. Big buzz. The HEB grocery store chain now has a store in the Metroplex, and Frisco is home to the very first one in Dallas-Fort Worth. We also have Costco, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Another thing for the children, Urban Air Trampoline and Adventure Park. We also are home to major soccer clubs, FC Dallas, the practice facility for the Dallas Stars, which is our NHL team. Baseball, we've got the minor league Rough Riders. All of those are located in Frisco, up and down this Dallas North Tollway corridor. So again, A+ for location. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over, we're going to talk about the schools and give you a little insight into criteria number 2. Okay, so the second criteria that we used when determining that Frisco was definitely a top 3 best place to live in Dallas, Texas, is going to be the school system. Now, specifically the public school system is what we're going to be talking about today. So when we look at Frisco, it's going to be the largest of the 3 cities that we're talking about today as far as the number of schools and the number of students enrolled into the school. So we have an A ranking in Frisco, one that we are very proud of. Everyone works really hard to keep that designation. Now with that, we're gonna have 72 schools in total, and that's gonna take care of roughly 65,000 students. Now with that, you might be concerned about the student-teacher ratio, but in Frisco, you definitely don't need to be concerned. It has an amazing 14.9 students to 1 teacher ratio. So very manageable. The students can get the attention that they're looking for, and the teachers never feel overwhelmed. Well, what I would tell you about Frisco, they have done a really superior job of making sure that on the high school level, they are never overpopulated. Typically, they're gonna max out on a graduating class in the 400 to 500 student range. Where there are other nearby cities where they decide to do the one high school, and it's a large city where you could have 1,500 or more students graduating in each class. Well, I don't have to tell you that that's going to be very difficult and challenging, really, to get to know your other students in a worthwhile fashion. So you're going to be able to have more concrete, solid relationships the smaller your graduating classes are. Frisco has done that in spades. It's also a lot easier to make those clubs and sports teams. So if you're going out for the football team, you're not going to have near the competition you would have on a single high school city. Same thing with any of the other programs. The gifted and talented is going to be a manageable number. The people that are in the choir, in the band, and all the extracurriculars are going to be much more manageable and easy to obtain for your students, for your children and your family. So Frisco schools, that criteria, definitely another A, well-deserved, and a reason why they're on the top list. Criteria number 3, when talking about those top places to live, I consider to be the convenience factor. So with Frisco is ideally situated on the Dallas North Tollway and bordered by 2 other thoroughfares, 121 or Sam Rayburn Tollway and Highway 380, making it extremely convenient for you to go east, west, north, or south. Not only that, but within the city itself, there's really nothing that you can't find that you'd be looking for. So your schools are convenient, employers are convenient. Let's talk about Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and Love Field Airport. Both airports are within 20 to 25 miles from anywhere in the city of Frisco. We also have the top rated hospital system, as well as grocery stores, gas stations, malls, strip centers, you name it. Anything that would make your life easier that you would need to get to frequently and quickly is going to be top of charts when you're talking about convenience living in the city of Frisco. Okay, moving along, I've shared my screen with you so that you can see a couple of photos. Well, what am I sharing with you? What I wanted to share with you is a sample across all 3 of my top cities that we're going to cover today of what a home looks like at the same price point in all 3 of those top areas. So here we are in Frisco, and let me share with you a few photos and tell you a little bit about what we're looking at.
So here we have a 2-story home. It is listed at $520,000. This one is 2,390 square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. Again, you might have heard me mention before, in Texas, especially this Dallas-Fort Worth area, no basements. So those are the 2 floors. This home was built in 1997. Okay? So 520, 2,390 square feet, 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, built in 1997. So let's take a look at it. I want to point out a few of the features. Lovely exterior, well maintained. And as we come in and take a look inside, we've got some pretty standard 1997 tile. I would consider that fairly ordinary. Also look at the balusters. The balusters are going to be wood. We have average, it looks like blinds here. They're certainly not plantation shutters. We have a fairly small chandelier in what looks to be the living or dining space, probably either or. Another thing that we have here that you can't necessarily notate here on the screen is this one has what we call popcorn ceilings. So those little white things that look like literal popcorn stuck to the ceiling. It's an older design technique that we don't see today, but that was trying to go out back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Here we have a voluminous 2-story ceiling here in the family room. So you're going to have a larger feel. And then behind that, we have a kitchen area here with an informal dining right behind it. This one is set up more like a galley kitchen, so not as open as some of the other floor plans in the newer houses. There's another picture of the informal dining room here, another view of the kitchen. And now we're looking at, on this screen where I've got my cursor, we are looking at the primary bedroom. A couple of shots of that and that bathroom. So an ensuite to the owner's suite here. You've got the large garden tub, stand-up shower. Again, with the 1997 pretty basic tile there. As we look, we've got a mirror that is attached to the wall. It looks like we have a vanity area. And then we climb the stairs by magic. And we're looking at a large game room up at the 2nd floor. Plenty of room, it says, for the big TVs, or if you have billiards, whatever. You have a laundry room and some nice sized bedrooms. Look at the backyard here. It looks like it has a little bit of a pergola or covered area and some grass. So that is going to be typical of a home in Frisco in that low 500 range and what you could expect to find. Okay? A lot of house, not offensive, right? But you'll see some comparisons as we go from city to city. So here's our benchmark. This is what you can expect in the city of Frisco. So that's what you can expect on the housing of a typical home. So we're going to conclude with number 5, reason why Frisco made the top list, and that is going to be the appreciation trends that we've seen in the last 18 months. So Frisco, part of it lies in Collin County, and part of it lies in Denton County. Both counties have had tremendous growth. Collin County has had 48.9% appreciation in the last 18 months. And Denton is right behind that at 44.4. So you can tell owning in these counties is making the homeowners rich in equity. So when they go to sell the home, or when they want to refinance, or anything they would like to do with that property, they are making money on their money and on their investment, which to me is one of the best things and one of the important things that we need to consider when getting that position on the top 3 best places to live. So there it is in a nutshell for Frisco. We're going to move on back to the map as we uncover spot number 2. Okay, here we are back at our map. We just uncovered one of the top 3 spots being Frisco, and we're going to travel just a little bit north of Frisco and reveal top pick number 2. So here we are, still on the Dallas North Tollway. We're going to cross over 380, and we're going to be in the town of Prosper. Prosper is number 2 on our top 3 pick. So if we're looking at Prosper, you can tell you're one jump of a highway to the next, just north of Frisco. So convenience is still, it's right there, right? Are you one side of the highway or are you on the other side of the highway? So you're still talking, 25, maybe 27 miles from downtown Dallas. You're going to be roughly 3 to 5 miles from the Frisco big business corridor with the Toyota and Liberty Mutual. You also are a short drive from the conveniences that we talked about that Frisco has. So Frisco was developed first, prior to Prosper. So with that, they have more retail that's been established, more hospitals to choose from. So it is close and it's convenient, but they aren't necessarily in Prosper just yet. Now, Prosper has retail. That's not what I'm saying. But it definitely is newer retail and is growing in their retail. So if you wanted to go to that Stonebriar Mall that we talked about, you're going to head north just a little bit. If you want to go see the Dallas Stars practice, head north just a little bit. But everything is getting there and it's catching up. And for some of you, you might not want to be in the thick of it, right? You might not want to be where you go out your door and you see the lights and the street signs and hear the rumbling of traffic. So this might be just far enough away, but convenient enough to get there. And I would agree with you. My family and I have lived in Prosper. It's a great little quaint place to live. And it doesn't matter to me. We're real estate agents. We live in our cars. So another 5 minutes is nothing, right? It's another joke. It's another phone call. So I absolutely love Prosper. What my family did is, of course, being a career real estate agent, I follow the growth. I follow the appreciation. And when you find that house that is poised for that tremendous growth, you sell and you move and you improve and you take the money and either reinvest or put it in the bank. And that's exactly what we did. But no complaints about our time in Prosper. One of the things I really liked about Prosper, though, is going to be number 2 on the criteria, and that's going to be the schools. We're going to talk about that up next, but here we are. Here's the map. A couple of things you're going to notate that's a little bit different than Frisco. As I scroll in, what are you primarily seeing? Gentle Creek Country Club, which is a neighborhood and golf course. Light Farms, which is a neighborhood subdivision. Mustang Lakes, a subdivision, right? Toll Brothers at Star Trail, subdivision. So it is a lot more residential in feel than the city of Frisco. Frisco is, I would say, equal parts commercial to residential. So there's a big difference in the two. You also have the conveniences, as I talked about. You have your 7-Elevens, you have your grocery stores, your UPS. You also have college here. So the higher education is really close as well. So there it is on the map. Now we're going to jump and talk about the kids and the school.
Okay, we continue our discussion about our top places to live, and we're talking about the city of Prosper. So Prosper, not only is it conveniently located, but criteria number 2, has excellent public schools. So it also, similar to Frisco, has an A ranking in the public school system. It has roughly 21,000 students, and that is going to have 21 total schools. Now, Prosper is currently building additional schools and will, in my opinion, for some time. There are 2 high schools that are currently open, and I believe the total growth plan has it at 4. The 3rd is under construction as we speak. Now that teacher to student ratio is still low at 15 students to 1 teacher. So still very good attention to the students and without the teachers feeling overwhelmed. They have a little bit larger graduating class right now because of the growth. There's a lot of housing developments that are still in progress. So more families are moving into the area. more families, more children, we need more schools. So it is a growth city. You're going to be able to go and cheer on your sports team of choice or go attend that play. They even have culinary arts, anything in the beauty program. They also have pre-med programs in the school system as well, engineering. If you can think it, they have it in the city of Prosper and Prosper Independent School District. So it is definitely one that is requested by a lot of our families moving in, and it would be a great choice in my opinion, which is why they got a check mark on criteria number 2 for the education. And we're gonna move on and talk about the convenience factor in Prosper. Prosper, like Frisco, is extremely convenient to get where you need to go, be that to work or for play. We are located off of the Dallas North Tollway. Now the Dallas North Tollway currently stops at 380 and is being developed going further north and should be developed almost all the way to our Oklahoma border. As that develops, then all the land developers, right, on either side of that tollway extension start to gobble up that land. And what are they going to put? Retail, more convenience. The HEB that we talked about, grocery store that we talked about in Frisco, has purchased land in Prosper at the corner of Frontier and the Dallas North Tollway. Also, just on the other side, we have Kroger grocery stores, we have 7-Elevens, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, restaurants, hospitals. So all the conveniences are there. There are fewer of them because it is currently being developed, but again, you're so close to Frisco or even McKinney that you can be to any of those conveniences that you need in a very short period of time. Anytime, and I've talked about this in my other construction videos, anytime you're ahead of that development, be that residential or commercial, if you purchase knowing that it's coming, you stand a very good chance of increasing your equity in your home quickly. So conveniences, I never thought it to be inconvenient, and it's getting more and more convenient by the day as retailers come in droves and build those beautiful brand new stores right here on Prosper Dirt.
Okay, we continue with criteria number 4 when we're talking about Prosper being a top best pick of a city, and that's going to be the typical home. So here we are. I was able to pick up a few larger photographs for you to look at. This is a $525,000 house that's on the market in Prosper. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This one is 2,700 square feet, 2-story, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and 2-car garage. And this one was built in 2012. So you should start seeing some differences between Frisco and Prosper as far as the house is concerned. So Prosper, a little bit larger. The Frisco option was roughly 2,400 square feet. So here you're getting roughly 300 square feet more. The house in Frisco was also built in 1997. This one was built in 2012. So you're getting about 15 years newer construction as well. Inside, as we take a look around, I'll show you some differences as well as you get to see some of the interior. So here we are, we're looking at the front door. We're in the family room, looking at the stairs that go up to the 2nd floor and a little peek into the kitchen. So right away, I noticed that the stairs, not only is it not at the front door, but they also have wrought iron banisters instead of the wood in the other one. So a little bit newer construction there. You also have crown molding here, canned lights, and no popcorn ceiling. Here's another picture of that family room. Now we still have ordinary blinds, no plantation shutters yet. Your standard ceiling fan. This is going to be a gas fireplace. Another view. Behind the sofa here with these little chairs, that's going to be your informal dining room. Your kitchen with backsplash, and this is a push-in solid surface electric stove. So just a few key differences there. A lot of similarities, but that 15 years will get you a little bit newer in design. This, it looks like, they turn it into a sitting room, but it could be a office or it could be a formal dining room. There is the owner's retreat and bathroom. So you still have the garden tub, your stand-up shower, long vanity with 2 sinks. The mirror is still attached to the wall and the light fixtures look just about the same. There is your upstairs. That's their game room. The other one had that as well. This one, they put the billiards table in. A couple of views of that. One of the secondary bedrooms they have into an office and a secondary bath on the upstairs. This is bedroom number 3. So they don't have a lot of beds set up in the bedrooms, but there's bedroom 3 and there's bedroom 4. So 3 on the upstairs and the owner's retreat on the first floor. Very, very standard Texas construction. Here's your half bathroom downstairs and your laundry room. And then very similar backyard. You've got a little covered area back here and a lot of grass with your wood privacy fence. So typical of Prosper construction, but again, the edge it has over Frisco is going to be the age and the size for the same price.
As we finish our discussion on why Prosper is an amazing city and certainly a best choice when looking at areas just north of Dallas, is going to be, again, the trend in appreciation. Prosper, similar to Frisco, also lies in 2 counties, Collin County and Denton County. So the appreciation trend is going to be on par with what we talked about in Frisco. So you're looking at 48.9% for those that are in Collin County and 44.4% for the homes that sit in Denton County. So again, excellent return on your investment, which is a big factor when determining that Prosper deserves a solid spot, number 2 on the best places to live in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, we're gonna reference the map one final time with this video, and I'm going to uncover and reveal the 3rd spot on the top 3 places just north of Dallas that I would consider home for sure and have. So here we are in Prosper, and if you could guess, I'm just gonna keep going north on the tollway. So as we go north, we're gonna pick up and you're gonna see CELINA. Now, if I could get the name to come up here for you, I think it's hiding, it's being shy. But where Prosper ends, which is right here at Frontier Parkway, is where CELINA begins. So CELINA, fun fact, is larger in square miles than Frisco. But as things happen, development goes north. So Frisco was first, closest to Dallas, followed by Prosper, followed by CELINA. So CELINA is the new kid on the block, so to speak, compared to those 3. But also, the 5 criteria that we've been talking about, it gets A's across the board. So location, when we're talking about the location, it's going to have the same conveniences that Prosper has. You still have medical facilities and fantastic schools and automotive and great neighborhoods and the UPS store. Fun fact, we just got Costco has committed to build at the corner of Frontier and Preston Road. We go right over here. So it is going to explode. And I say going to, because the development is just now starting to kick off. Right now it's primarily residential, but it's going to have a really good balance between commercial and residential. In talking with the mayor of CELINA, his ultimate goal is to bring in thoughtful commercial, thoughtful retail, so that CELINA maintains that hometown feel, which is important to so many CELINA residents such as myself. We want the conveniences of things, but we don't want to forget why Celina is so precious to us. It has one of the best old-fashioned downtowns that you'll ever see. And the cool thing is it still looks like an old-fashioned downtown, a historic downtown, but there's lots of events and new retailers that are coming in and rehabbing those older structures. So that makes it a really fantastic place for the community to come together and experience all of those events that they host on a monthly basis. So location, you're looking at about now 30 to 35 miles from downtown Dallas. It takes me roughly 15 minutes to get to any conveniences that I'd like to get to in Frisco, which means you're close to Toyota. You're still close to all those sports complexes, and you're close to the airport at about 35 to 37 miles from Dallas-Fort Worth, and a little less to Love Field Airport for that smaller airport field. So location is still aces. The thing though with Celina, you can still find property to develop yourself. If you want to build that special unique home on an acre, 2 acres or more, that can still be found here in Celina. Because of that hometown feel, not every square inch is going to be developed into the mega subdivisions. So there's a unique factor to Celina. So depends on what you're looking for, but I wouldn't say it's any less convenience. It may be just a few miles further, which for some of us, we're okay with. We don't need to be in the hustle and bustle, but we know that we can get there in a moment's notice.
Okay, we're talking about the top 3, and we are in the middle of discussion on the city of Celina. So Celina, let's talk about criteria number 2, which are the schools. Solid A ranking. Have you noticed there's a commonality there? So all 3 have A ranked school districts. This school district, however, is going to be for those that really like the smaller environment. We're only talking 3,300 students to date. We have 5 schools and growing. We have 1 high school thus far. We don't know if that's going to expand, if they're going to build multiple high schools, or if the city is going to want to maintain a 1 high school feel. Right now, we're looking at a 14.7 student to 1 teacher ratio. So all of them extremely great when it comes to student-teacher ratios there. We're talking about small graduating classes. So 100, 150 per graduating class. So you really know the students. You get to know the teachers and you get to know the faculty as well. So it's a different type of experience. So what's going to be best for your kiddo? What's going to be best for your students' education while they're in the K through 12? That would really make a big difference to me on which one of these top 3 cities is your top city. But each one is distinct and different. But this one, it's aces when it comes to education, but on a smaller scale. All right, criteria number 3 is going to be the convenience factor. So we talked about it. It is a few miles north of your Frisco's and your downtown Dallas as far as employment is concerned, about 37 or so miles from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. But as far as the day-to-day conveniences, Celina is home to 2 grocery stores. We have Brookshire's and Kroger. And I mentioned earlier, Costco has just signed and purchased land and will be building in just the next few months. So the retail is fastly coming. There are restaurants, both chain and local here. And we also have, as I mentioned earlier, the downtown square, which is unique to Celina versus the other cities in the area. So your convenience factor is there if you don't mind driving just a little bit while the commercial side of things catch up. It's definitely going to be worth the investment because it's all coming, but I never feel that I'm too far away from anything that I need to get done or making life any more tedious or my day any longer. So Celina, again, checks the box on the convenience factor, which is another reason why it made the top city list.
All right, we're talking about the city of Celina, and the criteria number 4 is typical housing. So here we are, we're looking at a typical home in Celina. This one is listed on the market for $535,000. So far our range has been at the low end, $520,000, up to this one at $535,000. Let me tell you a little bit about this one, and then I'll show you some photos. So this one is 2,939 square feet, which is the largest home that we've looked at so far. Also has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. And this one is new. It's never been lived in, and it was constructed in 2022. That's going to be your big difference. The prices have stayed pretty even, right? I try to keep it comparing apples to apples. Each city as we go north has gotten newer as well as larger for the same dollar. So that could make a big difference. As we look at this 2-story home in Celina, you will notice that it has a big open 2-story ceiling. And as we scroll around, it looks like to be the office, standard blinds, a little bit of art feature here with some cutouts in the 2nd story. Kitchen with brand new cabinetry. It has electric as far as the stove is concerned. Modern finishes, granite countertops, Finahood microwave combination, ceiling fan, lots of hard surfaces. As we keep going here, definitely no popcorn ceiling in this one. Lots of pictures of the kitchen. Here we go. We've got the owner's retreat there with carpeted floors. See if we can get into the owner's bathroom. Okay, here we go. So you have the double sink. They decided to do can lights instead of the mounted vanity lights there. Stand-up shower, walk-in closet. And this one doesn't appear to have a garden tub. So if you're a tub person, this might not be the house for you, but there's plenty of others. This is a secondary bedroom on the 2nd floor and a bathroom on the 2nd floor. Here's going to be your landing or that game room space where you can watch TV or put your billiards table. And view out the front. So light, bright, open, new construction. See if I can get a picture of the backyard for you real quick. Oh, laundry room, and here's the backyard. So large grass. It's too new to have a pergola or anything built, but you could certainly add that. And then your really large privacy wood fence. So there's your differences in the 3 top cities and what you could expect in that low 500 range in housing in these top 3 areas.
We conclude our discussion about top city of Celina, talking about that 18-month appreciation trend. The city of Celina is in Collin County, not Denton County. So you're talking about all the homes being in Collin County. And again, that was the 48.9% appreciation trend over the last 18 months. So another solid investment if you're looking to grow your portfolio, which all of us are, right? More wealth, build wealth through real estate, and the houses that you could purchase in Celina would certainly fit that bill. I see the appreciation just continuing in Celina because it is new and it's convenient and all the retail is catching up to it, making it a fantastic place to live, and certainly one that would be, in my opinion, and our recommendation, a top 3 best place to live just north of Dallas, Texas. So what do you think? Do you have a favorite of these top 3 best places to live in Dallas, Texas? Really? You can't go wrong. But it's really gonna take you and our team at the Live in Dallas, Texas team coming together to know what you're looking for so we can match the needs list with what we know to be available so that you have that perfect fit when making Dallas, Texas your new home. So reach out via text, via call, via email. Let's exchange that list so that we can go to work for you. Relocating to Dallas can be just that easy. Make sure while you're here that you subscribe to the channel and you ring the bell so you're notified every time we add a new video to this channel. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I look forward to meeting you soon in person. And until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.